Scale vehicles have become the hot ticket lately. They not only look like their full-scale counterpart, but also perform like them too. Axial released the EXO Terra Buggy in 2012. It's a 1/10 scale buggy complete with a roll cage, interior, and other realistic parts. The engineers at Axial were given a challenge. If money were no object and they could build any full-size vehicle they wanted, what would it be? Axial's R&D team took an in-depth look at the off-road desert scene and started with a clean sheet of paper. They designed a unique vehicle that can tackle the harshest terrain in style, and that vehicle is the EXO Terra Buggy. This is the Axial EXO Terra 1/10 electric 4-wheel drive buggy kit. That's right, it's a kit. It doesn't arrive ready to run or missing a few items that need to be screwed together. This arrives in a box full of bags, and it must be built from the ground up. In this video, you'll follow along on my build as I explain some of the details of the Axial EXO Terra Buggy. These are my electronics. I chose a 60-gram digital cordless servo by EXI, the D26F. For my radio, I chose the GT3B, which is an excellent radio and receiver for the price, plus it looks really cool. I also did a review on this radio and receiver a few months ago. Finally, for my motor and ESC, I chose the Velineon waterproof brushless system by Traxxas. This is a 3500 kV motor. Okay, so now I'll walk you through the build process. First, this is the front differential, and here it is inside the front diff case. Next we have the front lower A arms, and then this is the differential connected to those A arms. Now I've connected some of the steering linkages here. Then basically you do the same thing for the rear. And then this is the bottom skid plate, which is really two plastic pieces with a center thick aluminum piece. This is the part of the motor gear, and then this is everything assembled as far as the rear diff, the front diff, all connected to the bottom plate. Here I've installed my motor and servo, and finally the ESC, and then this is what the battery looks like installed. Here you'll see just another angle on the front steering, which is now completely connected. And then this is the roll cage. A lot of parts here in the roll cage, but once it's assembled it looks really great. Again, a lot of parts, a lot of screws here. And here it is connected to the chassis, or the skid plate. These are the tires, which I just want to touch on really quick. These are officially licensed tires by Hankook. They're Hankook Dynapro MTs. They're officially licensed, as I said. They perform as good as they look. The front tires are narrow, they're 34 millimeter, which helps the EXO navigate through terrain, while the rear tires are wide, 41 millimeters, putting power to the ground with enough traction to keep the EXO planted firmly. It has internal ribbing, which helps reinforce the sidewall to prevent it from folding over, which keeps the tires working at their peak performance. So basically what you see here over the next few pics is the rolling chassis. I just wanted to kind of put everything together, put the wheels and tires on just to show you what it looks like. I think it looks really great at this point. This is with no body panels whatsoever. And as you can see, it's very realistic looking. I could actually run it like this. I think it looks that good. So at this point, you can see the front lights here. They're officially licensed PIAA lights or lenses that are put on here. I also purchased a lens kit for the rear lights, and you can add an LED kit here, which I will do. I think it'll look great once it's installed, especially for running at night or as the sun's starting to go down. I also didn't want to use the stock shocks. I heard a lot of issues with these as far as leaks or them being blown out as you're running the vehicle. So I got these CNC aluminum shocks. So far so good. They installed great, and they look a lot better than the stock shocks. Now for the body. The body comes in a clear Lexan. It has to be cut, which takes a long time. so be prepared to do a lot of cutting. It comes with a lot of decals. I chose not to put any decals on. I'll show you the finished product because what I decided to do was a matte black finish. Everyone told me that it was nearly impossible to get this finish, but what you have to do is paint the outside of the Lexan body. So I primered the entire, or all of my pieces first, and then I went back over with a very mild textured satin black, and these are the results. As you look over the finished product, I'll give you some more details on the EXO Terra. It has a waterproof receiver box that keeps your radio gear protected from the elements, and with integrated wire management, it keeps the receiver leads organized and away from all the moving parts. It has an adjustable suspension with threaded shock bodies, multiple shock positions, and adjustments for ride height, suspension travel, tow, kick up in the rear, camber, roll center, and Ackerman allow you to fine-tune your suspension for high performance. It has front and rear bumpers that are hinged to allow them to flex upon impact, protecting the EXO from crash damage. Aluminum skid plate inserts add an extra level of protection and feature an embossed surface for added style. It has an aluminum 4mm chassis that I referred to earlier. It's tapered that gives you an extra ½ inch of ground clearance. It has 3 oil-filled differentials, a front, center, and a rear. It has realistic scale details featuring a variety of fully licensed items such as the included PIAA off-road light grills, a licensed Griffin radiator, licensed hand-cooked Dynapro MT tires, and Raceline Renegade wheels. It has a high-quality steering system. It uses steel steering post, an aluminum steering rack, and an aluminum servo saver retaining system with captured bearings. The entire steering system also leans back 10 degrees to match the front kick-up, which eliminates all bump steer. Overall, this is a very fun project. It takes about 10 to 15 hours to complete, and you can customize so much with this. There's a lot of aluminum parts available, a lot of upgrades available, plus with your custom paint job you can really set yours apart from the rest. So if you're looking for a nice 110 scale off-road vehicle and you want to build it from the ground up, I highly recommend this kit. It's definitely a fun one to build. Please rate and comment below. Also please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.